Hi, welcome back. Again, Michael Ventron. This is my documentary on the trust fund fraud that happens in corrupt Chester County, Pennsylvania. I live in Montgomery County, by the way. I'm an IT guy. Trying to figure out what's going on. So I know there's a problem with this trust fund. So now I'm trying to get 2 new co-trustees and discharge of the current co-trustee. So what I do know is Andrew Doan and Mary Napier Hunt were supposed to be co-trustees of the Hunt family money for my ex-wife, and somehow William Cooper III and James Quinlan have gotten control of this money. So that's what we're trying to figure out here. So again, just to recap, there's a trust fund that's supposed to be created, and it's a codicil will. So the will is for George Sr. and his wife Sheila. She has a codicil will for both of them, and they're supposed to create a trust fund for my ex-wife Ashley, but not the other 2 children. So again, George Hunt Sr. and Sheila are worried about her, obviously. Okay, here's Doan and here's Ashley, who he's supposed to take care of and protect. And then here's her sister Mary, who's supposed to be in charge of her inheritance. And then her worthless brother and his wife. So again, as far as, what's happened so far, previously Doan filed all the taxes, everything was done from the estate, the horse farm, that had an actual trust fund. So all the taxes were done and the distributions were made. So again, the terms of it, for said daughter, which is Ashley, her health, education, support, maintenance, or general welfare may be paid out of this trust fund. Doesn't say legal fees, doesn't say let's spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in Fox Rothschild legal fees. It says take care of her, right? So as far as the termination, the trustees can terminate it and just give the inheritance to her. So if the trust fund was never created, then that's what they did. Okay? There never was a trust fund. They gave her the money. So previously, again, Doan filed everything properly, and now he has just disappeared. So I do the petition. I submit the petition in September of 2019, right? And I'm requesting that my mother, who they've shown documents now, suddenly she's the trustee, be replaced by George Hunt Jr.'s wife, Alex. Okay? Now, per the codicil will, George Jr. and Mary couldn't be co-trustees. If Mary decided to get rid of herself, and as far as I can tell, she's not even there. Because why isn't she showing up in orphans court? Why isn't she saying, hey, this is not what my parents wanted done with this money. We didn't want to spend all the money on Fox Rothschild legal fees. Seems pretty simple, right? So again, you got Aaron Weems, Billbar Weemsy. He's the one in family court in Montgomery County getting paid by the trust fund. Well, he's getting paid by his buddies is what he's doing. And then again, Julie Goldstein is a litigator up in Orphans Court, Chester County, trying to cover up the fraud, trying to make sure that nothing bad happens to Fox Rothschild. Because after all, that's a $500 million a year law firm. We wouldn't want to get sued, okay? So because of the family court, because Alex, George's wife, didn't contact me, apparently has no interest in trying to protect the money. I'm sure George Jr. signed something with Billbar Weemsy or with Coop the financial rapist, and now they're all staying away from it. So I didn't have a choice. I had to withdraw this, right? Again, because of all this stuff happening in family court here in Montgomery County due to the divorce, okay? So they keep claiming they're in charge of a trust fund. They're paying their legal fees from the trust fund, and it's just disappearing. Fast, fast, fast. So again, the Hunt family just ghostless, right? They're nowhere to be found, all right? Over and over, I'm trying to go to Orphans Court. I'm trying to get things fixed in Chester County, but they're running the scam as far as I can tell, And then Doan, in an email to me, and I'll do emails later on, there's so many of them, states he doesn't represent anybody. Dude, you were supposed to make sure nothing bad happened to your client, or your client's youngest daughter here, and the 2 grandchildren. Horrible, horrible lawyer, right? And the Ventrons can't help because my mother, she developed dementia, couldn't testify, couldn't go into court and say, these people are lying through their teeth. This is not what was supposed to happen with the money. So, rock in a hard place, right? So again, the cost benefit of doing this. Well, I know that these people that were supposed to be in charge of my ex-wife's money didn't. They just handed the money over to somebody they didn't even know. didn't care. That's a lot of either hate for somebody or just you don't care. That's a shame, right? So I know something's wrong. I know the Hunt family's not going to help. Can't really get help from my family. But again, I still know that something is going on. And what I'm learning with Orphans Court, the ladies there filing everything is like walking back into the 1960s. You know, the old ladies with the gray hair, everything's on paper, there's no e-filing, there's nothing electronic like we have here in Montgomery County. It's back in the old days. So it's real easy to sucker the courts into rulings. So, and again, you know, we've got Orphans Court up here. We've got all this stuff happening in family court. And then, of course, we've got domestic relations where suddenly, in order to get child support, they come up with a document that has William Cooper III as the trustee. So that's the first time where it says he's the trustee, because it was supposed to be my mother and Penn Liberty Bank, not him. So he defrauded my mother, got my mother to sign documents that she should have never signed. So again, it's fraud. So the next steps, well, we know he's the co-trustee, theoretically, right? We know Jimmy, who worked at Penn Liberty Bank with my mother, is controlling the money, hiding it from the Ventron family, protecting it, and just letting him pay legal fees to Fox Rothschild like crazy. Hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of dollars in Fox Rothschild legal fees because of James Quinlan and his financial decisions. Okay? So again, something's wrong, and I need to understand what the current state was. What happened? Because what the codicil to will stated was any trust fund would have Doan and Mary as the co-trustees. Nowhere am I seeing that they're co-trustees of any type of trust fund. So what is it? From an IT perspective, what's the current state? I know what the future state looks like. There's not going to be any money left. What the heck happened? It's like a mystery. So now I got to play detective, right? So again, you know, I'm doing this on behalf of my business so I can hide behind my LLC, right? You can email me, foxrothschilds@outlook.com. I got the website. Go out there. There's a data dump right now. All the stuff is out there, except for the emails. All the pertinent documents are out there. I'm trying to organize it through these videos. It's going to take a long time, okay? I'll try and get them out to YouTube, but I definitely have thrown them out at Ventron Enterprises LLC Facebook page. Okay, that's also run by my buddies down in Mexico. So feel free to come there as well.